two.
Tap two. Okay.
Yeah, I'm still struggling with that.
So Adama, you are not the only one, and that's because that is it's not a simple rule. It's difficult to learn. And we are going to go over it every single time we're in class. So you've only heard it once or twice so far. But by the time you come in next month and in 3 months and however long you stay, that rule, you are going to know it by the back of your hand. So it's going to be a little tough at the beginning, but don't worry. It's going to get a lot easier as we go on.
All right. Plus, I even trying to make list of the AY at the end, the IA at the middle, and the AE and the AE.
Oh, so you've gone a little bit ahead, Adama. But it's going to be hard if you try to figure out what those lessons are before I've taught them to you. So don't worry too much about going ahead. You're really good at doing that on the other class that you're in with me, but this one is going to be totally different, and going ahead is going to be a little bit more difficult. If anybody has any questions for me, if you want to put it in the chat while we get started, or any word that you were doing in homework last time that was difficult, put it in the chat and I'll say it for you. In the meantime, I'm going to get us going on the screen share. And while we do this part, if you want to go ahead and keep yourself on mute, that will be ideal. At the very end, I will also ask if you want to spend 5 minutes after class with me. If you want to unmute yourself at that time, then we can have a talk. Okay, so our phonemic awareness warm up. That's when we warm up our minds to know how many sounds are within a word. We try to break off the sounds so that eventually we can manipulate the sounds, and we are learning to really discriminate between the sounds and isolate them so that we can become good readers. Okay, so Adama's already put her answer in there. So if you know how many sounds are in lamp, put it in the chat for me. Lamp. How many different sounds? Yes. Okay, good question. Cantrell, very good question. There are 4 sounds in lamp. So the pure, what's called a phoneme. A phoneme is the smallest unit of sound within a spoken word or a syllable. So it's the smallest sound that you can attach a grapheme to or a letter to. So in lamp, there's 4. It's O, A, M, P. So everybody who got 4, you got it correct. How many sounds in clam? Clam. If you're not muted, go ahead and mute yourself. Oh, the homework. I had a feeling you didn't know that you knew that there were not that many sounds in that word. Cantriella, stay after so you can ask me that so I can answer your question better. Yes, there are 4 sounds in clam. K, O, A, M. Very good. And how many in crab? Yeah, very good. Crab. So what I'm doing here, there's 4 sounds in crab. K, A, B. So if you'll notice, all of those had what's called a two-letter blend. There were 2 consonants that were together. Lamp, there's the MP at the end. Clam and crab, there's the CR and the CL at the beginning. Those are the 2 sounds that I really wanted to make sure that you could split apart really well, because a lot of times cl can sound like one sound. Cur can sound like one sound. And we have to learn to really separate all of those sounds. So when you're reading, you'll know that every single grapheme or letter has its own sound and its own job, so that they don't get kind of muddled and mix all together. So that's why we do that phonemic awareness warm up. And let me check on the chat. Oh, you guys are all rock stars at that already. Okay. So let's go on to learn our new rule for today. So far, If you are new, don't you worry. I have designed this class so that every single lesson we review and we learn something new. So if today is your first class, then you're going to learn something new with all the rest of us. You'll never be behind. We always just review what we've learned and then keep going. Oh, just a tiny little bit. Okay, so the tap to rule. Is when you have one vowel, you're going to tap the next two letters. If either one of them is another vowel, then you're going to say yes. It will make its name. If either one of them is not another vowel, you're going to say no, it will not make its name. So for instance, I'm going to do all of these at first, just so that you can see all four of them at once. Then we're going to do one at a time. Here's the first vowel. I'm going to circle all the vowels. Actually, I'm just going to circle the A's this time. I'm going to even, so, okay, let me just teach you about AI. AI is its own grapheme. So when you see AI together, it makes its own sound. It's kind of a shortcut. AI will say A. It follows the tap to rule because when you come to the A, if you tap the next one or two letters, there's another vowel right there. And if there is another vowel, yes, then that A is going to say its name. And its name is A. So it does follow the tap to rule, where you tap the next two letters. If either one of them is another vowel, then the vowel that you are on will say its name. So the shortcut is AI is always going to say A. Now, A at the end, we learned last time, makes the schwa sound. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen so you can see my face. I'm going to talk about the schwa sound a little more than last time. Hi, everyone. Make sure I have everybody admitted. So when A is at the very end, it makes the schwa sound. The schwa sound is the laziest sound that you can make. So if you imagine that you are trying to get out of bed in the morning, hopefully I'm not the only one that's so hard for, and you just can't, you don't feel like moving a muscle. So just imagine this, okay? You're really tired, your jaw is even hanging open, there might be a little spit coming out, a little drool coming out. You're not using any muscles in your jaw at all. Your jaw is relaxed, it's hanging open a little bit, your tongue is completely relaxed. There's only one sound you can make in that state, and it's this. And that is the schwa sound. It's the laziest sound you can make. It's just So don't activate any muscles in your jaw. Don't activate your tongue, and you will have the sound. It kind of disappears. You're going to find that it disappears when it's inside of a word. But when it's at the end of a word like that A, then you can hear it. It's the sound. Let me share my screen again. When A is at the end of a word, it's always going to say it changes to the schwa sound. And we mark the schwa sound with an upside down E. That is the symbol for the schwa sound. So all of these A's at the end, they're all going to say and all of these AIs, they're all going to say A. The sound, the symbol for the long A is a line above it. It's a line above the A, actually. There it is right there. So when I pencil read this word, I'm going to circle this whole grapheme. A grapheme is a letter or set of letters that makes one sound. So A is a grapheme, but AI is also a grapheme. C is a grapheme, CH is also a grapheme. TCH is a grapheme. It's a letter or set of letters that makes only one sound. So AI is called a vowel team, and it makes one sound. When that I is right after the A, you can forget about it. It's silent. You know that, did you learn a long time ago when two vowels go walking, the first one does the talking It's pretty much true. That's pretty much true. So when you pencil read this word, it's going to sound like this. D, a, p, a. Dapa. Dapa. I changed my mind about doing all of them. I want you to do this one right here. Try number 1. You're going to circle the grapheme, the vowel team, and the vowel, and mark them. And then pencil read it. Right, so here's what your word would say. Tape. Tape. All right, I'm getting some nods. Yay! Good job. Now let me just tell you one more thing. The reason why we do nonsense words is because I'm not teaching you how to read words. I'm teaching you how to read so that you can read any word. So the nonsense words that I'm giving you, some of them are going to be easy, some of them will be medium difficulty, and some of your words will be difficult because that's what you're going to experience in the real world. But I'm not concerned about teaching you how to read specific words. I'm going to teach you how to read so that you can apply that skill to any word that you see out there. You won't be scared if it's easy, if it's medium or hard, you'll have the skills on how to do that, okay? So that is why you're seeing a lot of nonsense words here. So tapa, did you get it? Yeah, I'm getting some cheers. Okay, next one, I'm going to mark this one down here. I am going to do an example for you. So I'm going to circle the vowel team and the vowel. Sorry, I was letting somebody in right there. Okay, now I'm going to mark it. AI says A. It's a reading hack. It's a shortcut. AI says A. A at the end says Now I'm going to pencil read it. So here's that TR. Remember I was talking to you at the very beginning in our phonemic awareness warm-up about those two consonant, two-letter blends when there are two consonants together, and sometimes there's 3. Then it's important that you identify each sound within the blend and not muddle it together. A lot of teachers will teach you that TR just says ter. It's true, but it's not the basic way to learn how to read. Your mind needs to be able to identify each sound within the word, and then it can blend it a lot more easier. Sometimes if you're sloppy, it can sound into chur, and so we don't want that. So we want each sound to be separate so that you know how to blend it properly. So when you blend it, it's t, a, n, d, trained. If that word was too long, then I would grab the first 3 sounds. T, a, tray. Then I would grab the N, train. Then I would grab the D, trained. Then I would grab the A, trained. Okay, you try number 2. Okay, here's what it sounds like. P, ain, d, prained. Prained. So you have never seen that word before, unless it was in some language that I don't know about, but I have a feeling that you read it correctly because you had the tools. Well done. Prained. Nice. Okay, let's do this little monster over here. I'm going to circle the vowel team, circle the vowel, circle the vowel. So AI says A, we already know that. I'm going to mark it as a long A sound. Now this A right here, I have to do the tap 2 rule so I know what it's going to say. The tap 2 rules is you tap the next 2 letters. If either one of them is another vowel, then yes, it's going to say its name. If either one of them is not another vowel, then no, it's not going to say its name. So let's see, 1, 2. One of them is not another vowel. So no, this is not going to say its name. It's going to say its regular sound, ah. That is marked with a brev. And A's at the end make the schwa sound. So this word is p-o-a, s-a-n-a, play-sana, play-sana. Your turn. Number 3. Watching you guys, looks like you're working hard. So proud of you guys. I love this class. Okay, let's try it. AI says A. This A says A because we tapped the next 2 letters. 1, 2. Neither one of them is another vowel, so no, it's not going to say its name. It's going to say its regular sound, A. We mark that with a brev. A's at the end say A. We mark that with an upside down E for the schwa sound. Here we go. Pencil reading. Frame-mappa. 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 Yeah? Yeah? How'd we do? Would you put in the chat how you're doing so far on these first 3? Put good or no, not so good. So I can see how we're doing. Yay, yay. Okay, we got a so-so, we got some goods, and I'm looking at who is saying good. And last time, some of you who are saying good, last time you're like, oh, this is hard. So you're getting it. And okay, some of you who are saying no, this is probably your first time. Keep coming. It's gonna get easier, right, guys? It's gonna get easier. Okay, let's do the last one. I'm gonna clear my drawings so you can see these better. Here's an AI. We already know that there is a reading hack for that. It's always going to say A. Here's a vowel in the middle I need to figure out. And here's a vowel at the end. I already know that that is going to say schwa, the schwa sound. So you already know 2 reading hacks. If there's an AI, you don't have to do the tab 2 rule. You know it's going to say A. If there's an A at the end, you don't have to do the tab 2 rule. You know it's going to say A. Those are already 2 reading hacks. So we only have this one in the middle that we have to figure out. So we're going to tap the next 2 letters. 1, 2. Is either one of them another vowel? No. So no, it is not going to say its name. It's not going to say A. It's going to make its regular sound, A. We mark that with a brev. So let me pencil read it. A, S, A, N. You can mark both of those with 1 dot. A sana. A sana. You guys are doing it, aren't you? I can tell from your cheers that you're doing it on your own. All right, let's try yours over here. Go ahead. I love this. I'm watching everybody work so hard. Okay, let's try it. So here we have A, A, D, A, amada, A matter. You matter. Who matters? You matter. How do you find my humor? Am I pretty funny? I think I am. My husband doesn't think I am, but I think I am. All right, let me see how much time we have. 3 minutes. Okay. Let's move on down. First of all, are there any questions at this point? You can put it. Why, thank you for that. Somebody thinks I'm funny. It's not just me. Okay, so go ahead and put your comments in the chat if you want me to go over something before we go on. Oh, Mary's doing superb. Okay, somebody is saying that they are struggling with blending the word. Here's what I want you to do when that happens. So that is the hardest part. Oh, that's one of the hardest parts. Let me just stop sharing so you can see my face better. There's a few hardest parts when you're reading these long words. One is to remember what sound goes with a yes and what sound goes with a no when you're tapping two. So the easiest way to remember is to not worry about the sounds, the words long and short. When you tap the next two letters, the easiest way to remember it is if either one of them is another vowel, then yes, it says its name. If either one of those is not another vowel, then no, it won't say its name. It's confusing at first, but the more you come and the more you practice that, then you will be able to teach it to everybody you know. And that's a life changer right there. So that's a hard part. The hard part is to remember, okay, now what was yes and what was no, but don't worry, that gets easier. The other hard part is blending long words. And here's what you do when you get there. So before you blend, make sure that you circle all of those vowels, figure out the sounds first. If you know the vowels, you will know the word. If you can figure out those vowels, you can figure out the word. But you have to know what those vowels will say before you go to blend it. So when you know and you mark them, so when you get to that, when you're pencil reading and you get to that vowel, you'll be able to look at the mark, remember what it was, and go from there. But here's what to do when the word gets long. You're going to take just the first 3 sounds and just read those. Then start over and add 1 sound. And then start over and add 1 sound. And then start over and add another sound. So that is the easiest way to read a long word because it is not easy. Look at number 8 down here, my friends. Look at this extra practice. Number 8. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, a 14-letter word. Now that would freak any struggling reader out. That would freak any regular reader out, especially if they've never seen it before. But after this class, I bet you're going to be able to go to any person, show them that word, and they'll go, I don't know. And you'll say, well, I know. And here's how you can figure it out too. So let me show you what I've been talking about with how to figure out these long words. Mark the vowels. This vowel team, I already know, is going to say A. Here's another AI. Going to say A. Here's an A at the end. I already know that reading hack. It's going to say marked by an upside down E. That's the schwa sound mark. So I have to figure out what this A is going to say. So I'm going to tap 2. 1, 2, no. 1, there's not another vowel in either of those spots. So no, that A is not going to say its name. It's going to make its normal sound A. I already know what that is. I already know what that is. Oh, this word just got a lot easier. All of a sudden, I know what all the vowels say. So now I just have to do that trick where I add 1 more letter at a time. It would sound like this. K, O, A, class, class, A, class A, classame, classamet, classamter, A, classametre, D, classametrade, classametrada, Placenta. Good. I'm going to do one more. Which one do you want me to do for your homework? Which one do you want me to do for you? Put it in the chat. Number 6. Okay, number 6. So I'm going to circle the vowel team. Circle this vowel, circle this vowel. I already know the reading hack for A is at the end. It's going to make it schwa sound. I already know the reading hack for AI is going to say A. I have to figure out this one right here. I'm going to tap 2. 1, 2. No, one of them is not another vowel. So no, that A is not going to say its name. It's going to say its normal sound, ah. And now I'm ready to pencil read. Shay at the T. Shate at the ah. Shayta at the D. Shaytad at the Shaytada. Yeah. Yay. Nice, nice. Okay, would you please, before I let you go, put, I really need this. I would like for you to put a word in the chat to let me know how you're feeling and how you're doing, so I know how to better adjust this for everybody. So would you, before you send me off, put one word in the chat to let me know how you're feeling about what you're learning. And then, oh, yay, I don't even want to share what I'm getting because I don't want you to feel discouraged if you're the only one that's having a hard time. So I'm just going to, good to know. Good. Okay, all right. I'm going to keep these chats here and look at these after everybody leaves. So for now, I'm going to unshare the screen, tell you are my heroes. You took time out of your day to spend a half hour to improve your reading skills. That is heroic. I love teaching this class. If you would like to chat with me, I have 5 minutes afterwards. Feel free to unmute and stay after. Otherwise, I will see you next time.